come and gone, but the crisis in the People's Democratic Party may linger for a while if the latest development are anything to go by. Former Senate President Pius Anyim has reacted to its suspension from the PDP, saying it was largely disappointing. He stressed that the party ought to have conducted a thorough self-examination on why they performed so poorly in the 2023 elections rather than seek to divide the party by shifting blames. Others suspended by the party include two former governors, Ayodele Fayoshin of Ekiti State and Ibrahim Shema of Katsina State, Professor Dennis Itivo of Benue State, and Dr. Asim Aliyu of Zamfara State. Sikian, the People's Democratic Party, I expected that party, as Ayim said, it should be a time for reflection. A party that used to be the biggest party in Africa, that they used to pride themselves that they are bigger than this party in South Africa, yes. ANC of South Africa. All of a sudden, when you see result of the People's Democratic Party, you'll be worried. The result they posted in Lagos State is the lowest since 1999. When you see the governorship candidates getting 60-something thousand votes, I've never seen it. And in some other state like that,
even
they
Kano.
were third.
I'm very poor in Kano too.
The problem.
And they had Kano before.
Yes, they drew Kano to Kokonso.
The problem with most of the political parties presently, as it were, is lack of party discipline. It's not just only the PDP, even other political parties. It's just that others are able to manage their crisis effectively. A few days ago, there was a Supreme Court judgment on ABGA, where former chairman, national chairman was reinstated. He was removed.
Yeah, denied that.
Yeah.
They said it didn't happen.
That's one. So
the judgment was
the judgment that it was now the issue. Ask yourself that the PDP was highly divided before the election, before going to the election. So it would have been seeing the elephant pass through the eye of the needle for it to be able to make any meaningful impact in that election.
It was a fractured PDP.
The same thing happened in 2015. The same thing happened in 2015, where the PDP lost about 5 governors just before the election. Amechi, name them. About 5, yes, the NPDP. They lost 5 governors.
Wamako.
And you thought that in 2023 they had gotten their acts right, but they couldn't. But coming to the personally, I don't see anything wrong by what PDP have done in suspending most of these people. I thought that this would have come earlier than now, before the election. Because if you look at it, somebody like Ayo Fayoshe, who is a member of the party, came out categorically that he is going to support the candidate of the APC. He didn't hide it. Nyesom Wike, who is the governor of Rivers State, a strong stalwart of the party, came out to say, I'm not going to support our candidate, I'm going to support someone else. Pius Anyim, during the governorship election, said, I'm not going to support my party, I'm going to support the candidature of the APC.
That's in
Ebonyi State. He said so. He came out categorically to say it. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So, which other, will APC take that? Let us look at it from the point. If members of the APC come out to say, no, in this state, we are not going to support. The man in Benue State, Autumn, said he wasn't going to support the candidate. He even came out to name who he was going to support. Although he lost his senatorial ambition, he also lost the state to another person. So what I'm saying next is that if you say you're not going to work for a party, then you can leave. That is what it's supposed to be. But to what used to say, I am a member of this party, and I'm going to remain here, that I'm going to stay here to destroy it and make sure that is anti-party, whether we like it or not. And that is a fact.
Jide, there's nothing to be called party discipline.
He said something that will APC accept it. The question is, APC has been accepting it. Okay. What happened in even back to back? They accepted from Abubakar Amosun back to back. in 2019.
No, it's closeness to the, you know, the reason of Mosu. We have said it out with that number. It's closeness to the president.
One, some of them, look, what
it's
happened
closer
is
to the president.
See, APC too, they do it. They do it, refusing outright to support their own candidates. This presidential election, many of the APC bigwigs, they refuse to support the presidential candidate of their party. Many. Some of them are even still agonizing. They are still doing press conference, referring to when they were in government and all that. When I was in government, people are telling me, oh, let me not talk, because if you talk, they can come for you, this and that. You know, some have not recovered from losing the primaries. They refuse to work for their party, and they are working underneath. If you are saying the DPC, that DPC will not accept it, what happened in Osun? What happened in Osun? Did some people support the candidate of their party? Did they not openly go against the candidate of their party? They were even jubilating when their own candidate won, lost. Zamfara, Kabiru Marafa, when he took his party to Supreme Court, after the party had escaped at the level of the appeal, they contested election, they won election. He still took them to Supreme Court. And when they got to Supreme Court then said, okay, they nullified all the election that they had won. He went on a TV station and was gloating. I've never seen anything like that. Yeah. You should be these ones.
That I finished my party.
Yes. He said, yeah, I even told the president that I will go to Supreme Court. The president didn't stop me. He was gloating. He was excited that his party had lost. That's what happened. We saw it. We all saw it. I remember even coming on this program. I've never seen anything like that. People would do anti-party.
So what has happened to
anti-party? They did it in Second Republic. Oloye Olusola Saraki did anti-party against MPN in Second Republic. Oloye Olusola Saraki. Yes, Colonel Adebayo. Oloye Olusola Saraki did anti-party in 1999 against his own party. And I told my boss, Bayo Nonoga, I said, watch out. He will do anti-party. He would tell his people to vote for the candidate of the rival party after he lost the primaries. And that was what he did. So this thing, all these parties are guilty of anti-party. The only thing, the difference there is the extent to which the PDP will do it and own up. If you want to leave a party, leave the party. But if you are doing anti-party and you remain in the party, you are saying you are not going,
yes,
you are challenging them to do their worst. Now, Anyim is saying, look, there is a zoning arrangement that was on ground. PDP imposed their own gubernatorial candidate on the state. Now, I have no regret working for the PDP.
For the APC.
For the APC. Once you spoken like that, you're indirectly telling them that you do not give a hoot about them. In the case of Shema, for example, yes, they moved. APC moved. They know they had been prosecuting him. They had a no-love-lost relationship. But APC suddenly, towards the time of the election, moved towards him, drew him closer. He too.
The one-time governor.
Yes, because he's still relevant in that place. You know? Two-time governor. So they reached out to him, brought him closer, and said, well, all things are passed away, the way the Christians say it. And it was suspected that he worked for the party.
It made the difference during the governorship election.
Yes.
If you see the figure.
It was suspected that he worked. That pained them because they had won the presidential election.
Yes.
And had hoped that, okay, this is Lado's chance, Senator Lado, but it didn't happen. Diko Rada is the next governor of Katsina State. Now, PDP couldn't have folded their arms when they got all the information that these things transpired. Then they moved. Again, I would not say it is wrong to move against someone who blatantly was against his party. I believe that if other parties, if all the parties set out to do that, the incidence of anti-party activities will go down drastically because all the parties are literally doing it. Once somebody loses an election, the next thing is either he's thinking of joining another party or remaining in the party to make sure that his own party. Yes, that is. I can tell you that that's what happened in Zamfara. Zamfara, we can use a whole program to analyze what transpired in Zamfara. It is APC that defeated APC in Zamfara before God and man. We can spend a whole program. It's not something that we can talk about in like 5 minutes.
So shocking.
No, you see, see, look at the presidential election.
Yes.
They won the presidential election easily. But look at this one.
The governorship.
And there's no way anybody can convince me that the governor even spent for the presidential election. No one can convince me that the governor spent even a fraction of what he spent during the governorship election on the presidential. Yet, they still lost. They lost 10 local governments out of 14. So they worked against one another. This thing is rampant now. Election year, you just see, oh, you will make sure that I didn't win, Abi. Okay, I'll wait for you. I think that people should be able to say, okay, since I was cheated, let me go out to another party. It happened in Nasarawa. They left. Those people left. After the primaries, they joined SDP, and SDP won 2 Senate seats. Even Amakura was defeated.
Okay.